The SGX Nifty is a bit flat today, down about 18 points. But the market had some momentum yesterday, especially the last hour, just ferocious. The Bank Nifty was adding 100 points at every 15 minutes. Sudarshan Sukhani and Mitesh Thakkar now join us. In a bit, Ashwini will also be here. Good morning. Sudarshan, last hour yesterday was stunning. Would have cleaned out most of the shorts. Your thoughts on how to approach the market from here on?
Yeah, good morning. Last hour, as you said, was absolutely stunning. And it told us that the bulls were only lying, in wake. They were not asleep. They were just waiting. See, the last hour and the big rally, especially in the Nifty Bank, is telling us that the market is still open for a rally on the upside. I have been having a sense that we are going down. But yesterday's price action tells us that is not necessarily true. That is not necessarily going to work out. A market rally which crosses 11,550 and closes well above that would tell us that the last week's new highs are being crossed again. That's the point at which I would like to buy, which means I would like to buy in the strength of a strong close today.
Okay. Good morning, Sudarshan. So what will the contours be? Are you a buyer on dips? At what levels on the Nifty? Will it be Nifty or Bank Nifty?
No, I'm a buyer on a breakout above 11,550 in the Nifty by the time it closes today. A close is necessary because a rally above this level intraday and then a retreat wouldn't work out. So I'm waiting patiently. If the Nifty is going to close above 11,550, then an affirmation of strength comes in, and that's when I would like to take long positions, and that would then be a carry forward position for a few days.
Okay, fair enough. Mitesh Thakkar also joins in. Mitesh, what about you? I mean, 11,530 was the level where we retraced from. You get a sense, given the momentum, we could take that level out, and would you have a long position advice?
Good morning, Sonia. I think yesterday and day before I mentioned that I'm expecting some range-bound action. Therefore, buying around 11,350 is advocated. That's what we have. And booking profits around 11,530, 550 is what my initial feeling is. I still don't have signals of an upside break despite a very strong rally yesterday. So I do intend to book profits today, somewhere close to about 11,525, 530 if you can get there. Having said that, I think a breakout obviously will attract long position, as Sudarshan has also highlighted. But the initial feeling is that I think there is still some more time-wise correction left, and therefore we might see this 180, 170 point kind of range play out for the next 2 to 3 to 4 sessions before we can talk of a breakout. But if it happens, obviously you have to go along with assuming that the market is ready for higher highs.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about individual stocks then. Mitesh, good morning. What's on your list?
So I have all 4 buy calls. Arvind is something which had a very strong price action yesterday, so that's a buy with stop at 86.5 for targets of 95. Century Textiles ended the day with multiple intraday buy signals, so buy with the stop at 904, look for 940 as the target. On Grasim, we got some continuation patterns on the upside, so that's a buy. Keep a stop at 824, look for targets of 865. And L&T Finance managed to get past the 200 average. That's a buy with a stop at 144 for targets of 157.
Okay. Sudarshan, what are you looking at in terms of individual buys and sells?
Well, yes, Lata, there is a very strange theme that seems to be going on in this market, which I can perceive. That is that private sector banks are outperforming and likely to outperform. That, of course, we saw yesterday also. On the other hand, NBFCs are languishing. So the trades are really buy private sector banks and for some reason sell NBFCs which are not doing well at all. So I have IndusInd Bank as a buy today. IndusInd Bank has built a base, broken out, significantly higher levels should be coming. Actually, other banks are also opportunities. It was just a matter of choice. But I have explained the theme of private sector banks. Titan is a buy, new highs are to be bought into, and Titan doesn't stop. The third is Siemens. Siemens has built a base and had a nice rally. A small pause in the rally tells us that it is a small bullish flag and more upside is possible. I have 2 short sells, both from NBFCs, M&M Financials and ICICI Prudential. And it's not just these 2. Any number of NBFCs have not participated in the rally, and something is going on there.
Okay, that's...
No, actually, that's logical. Sudarshan, you know, from the start of, I mean, probably mid last year, we've seen a fall in, we've seen a sharp rise in market interest rates because of illiquidity. And that is a problem for NBFCs. I mean, it's triggered off by IL&FS, but it was continued for various reasons. Now, the guys who don't suffer because of this are guys who have large savings accounts. And that is the private banks. That's why you have the HDFC banks and the ICICI banks not worried about this, or even for that matter, Kotak, because they have large supplies of cheap cash. And the guys who are borrowing at high cost, the NBFCs, are suffering.
Okay. That's M&M Financial. By the way, the market had a big breakout yesterday. Ashwini Gujral is also with us. Ashwini, good morning. So we had that breakout in last hour. What's the trade now? If the market opens flat or say 10 points down, as the SGX Nifty is indicating?
Good morning. There is no trade now. Why? Because your stops are 500 points lower. So in terms of Bank Nifty, I think it's avoidable. Maybe today will be a bit sideways because after a large rally, the market needs to consolidate. But overall, I don't see too much upside immediately. Maybe couple of days of sideways, and then we can talk about trading. Individual stocks is a different issue. Repco Home is a buy with a stop of 450, target of 475. Canara Bank is a buy with a stop of 275, target of 290. Arvind is a buy with a stop of 87, target of 95. Century Textile is a buy with a stop of 910, target of 935. And Chola Mandalam is a buy with a stop of 1365, target of 1415.
Okay, all right. Well, gentlemen, thanks for giving us those technical ideas. We'll come back to you for more views on individual stocks.